Okay.
Hi everyone. Another fine day, another wonderful day, another beautiful day in the an exciting segment. When you hear me, I start blah blah blah. I start. No, it's because I'm excited. I'm happy to talk to someone I've known for some time now, someone I've been working with for some time now. And not enough fine like when you guys are working and then you see the progress, you see the consistency, you are learning, you're benefiting in all of that. Difficult to have him because right now he's wanted everywhere. But at the end of the day, they say relationship is one of the best things any person. Most of the success people I've met, that is the one thing the value. So when I reach out to him and hey boss, I feel like you need to come on to really and give us that push that you usually give us. He was like, okay, you know what? Give me a time, give me a date, give me a time and a place, and we'll meet. Welcome to Toride, boss.
Thank you, my friend.
Boss Raphael
Happy to be
Djine.
here.
Okay. I don't even know where to start, but again, we want to thank you for what you're doing for the community, especially you came in here, met someone, gave you an award, and was telling you, "Oh, I follow you. We like what you're doing for the community, not just our immediate community." And like you always tell me, you always say, "Toride, many people are missing this whole community idea. They feel like your community is just you and your village people and your no, it is bigger than we think, and we should be working towards that. How does it feel to walk into a place like this and then you meet someone who is actually just celebrating you?
I mean, I believe, I believe, sometimes when people see you and remind you that they have been follow you, you impact them even from distance. I think it gives you a push, give you encourage you,
Mhm,
and I think it's also a fuel for the dark days
mhm.
because life is like a mountain.
Yeah.
You reach the point. Sometimes you reach that area where you are drying when there's not much energy, and you can only keep going
Oh.
because of those type of people. So
Ah,
it's a great feeling.
yeah, it's actually a good feeling. And you I like the way you put it. You're big with motivating people, you're big with teaching people, you're big with uh reminding people we have to keep going. And that is the one thing. I quote you most of the time. Oh, Coach Raphael will say this, Coach Raphael, and they're like, I'm like, yeah, that is how
Mhm.
much impact he has not only on me but on our community.
Mhm.
Today we're gonna do more of videos because for me, I just wanted to personally, for me, this segment is more of a personal thing. I just wanted to sit down with you and just review my years with you, where we started, how it's going, and probably we talk a little bit about the future.
Okay.
Yeah. So I think now it's like 5, 6, 7 years.
Yep.
What will you say about what will you say about Toridi personally?
I think I was telling you that I was sharing with you early today. I see the consistency, um, the discipline. I always tell people don't despise the small beginning
Yeah.
and don't compare yourself um, with others,
Yeah.
but compare yourself with your best version.
Yeah.
And how do you do that? You have to always do better than what you did yesterday.
Yeah.
And and I see you. I watch you try to use. You still with pastor, you still with community leader. You are there to help, and you walk late. Last, I think that was last month. We had a short, very very short project. I called you, and you was there, and then you record a clip, you follow the artist, and here and then. So you, you know, I, I'm not surprised with what I'm seeing today. Um, is success always is success is predictable.
Mhm.
When people can develop certain level of discipline, and also you can prophesy, you can even use the word of knowledge to see that the way this person is
It's
going,
going.
it's gonna something is gonna come out of. out
Wow.
of it. And if you remember, I shared this with you. I mean, 5, 6, 7 years back.
Mhm.
Um, so I'm not shocked and I'm not surprised. And this is only 1% of what you is actually going to be.
Boss, you're going to kill me like
Yeah.
sometimes when you call me and we are talking and you're telling me about where you see Toride. Now I know I had a dream. I know I had my plans. I had everything written down.
Yes.
But when I met you, you gave it you gave everything, the project, the vision, a different view.
Yes.
It's easy for you to just say, okay, this is what I feel like I want to do. This is what I want to run with. But then to
Mm.
meet someone who is ready to invest, who's ready to guide you, who's ready to talk to you, who's ready to not only do those things, but go on and do research and then call you and then say, hey, Toride, I know this is what you're trying to do and this, but guess what? Don't you think we can do this and do this? And you just do that. Like sometimes I see like, and you don't only end at that doing the research and all of that. Sometimes we'll schedule a project, we're working on something, either we're supposed to record a video, and then I'll get there and then I meet new cameras, new new microphones, and and you're like, okay, you know what? We are past that stage. This is what you'll be using right now. And I'm like, if this particular person is actually still paying me for every work that I'm doing, yet investing this much in what I am doing, then they see quality, then they see potential, then they see it tomorrow. So Nasako, you have to push and push and push. Before we continue, please let me kind of like share the link. I know a few people are waiting for the link already. And for those who are watching already, here you have my boss Raphael Djine. Those who know me know I mention him all the time. Those who know Toride, um, must have seen him on Toride so many times to the extent at one point in time I was like, you know what, Nasako, slow down a little bit. Yeah, don't make him. By the way, he actually he one time he told me, Toride is not Raphael Djine. There is Toride and there's Raphael Djine. You can give me my place, but guess what? You have to make sure it's Toride. It's a community platform. It's showcasing everyone, and that is one beautiful thing about people like him. For those who are watching, go ahead and share the video. Go ahead and let me share also. And remember, this is more of a come together. We just want to talk. We just want to talk about our community, the beautiful things that are happening, the way forward, what we can do. It's 2023. It's December. It's late December, and you should start thinking about 2024 already. What you plan to do. I know most people already have their plans, but guess what? I think the conversation today will guide you, will point you to where you're supposed to go for 2024. The conversation will inspire you. That is the best thing about him. That is the one reason why it doesn't matter what time when he calls, I just pick my stuff because I know beside the work, I'm going to learn a thing or two. So that is what we're trying to do today. Have these conversations that can help us grow as a community. Go ahead and share the video. Let us do this really quick. Let us do this really quick, and then we can continue. Boss, let me just ask you a question while I'm sharing. So, 2023, a little bit of how has it been for you?
And that was a great year. John C. Maxwell would say you either learn or you win or you learn.
Mhm.
So first of all, we thank God. We thank God for His grace, His protection. So it was a great year, and we believe that 2024 will be even better than 2023. So
Well, I was going to ask you, our community, you've been here for some time now. What do you think? Is there any progress you've noticed? Is there like, what do you think about the community as a whole?
I think there's a lot of progress in the community.
Mhm.
One of the things is that, I mean, people, the spirit of togetherness
Yeah.
is actually, um, is way more than before.
Mhm.
The one of the thing you notice when you one of the sign you can use to see if the community is fall apart or is coming together is if they are losing their worship or not.
Mhm.
And one of the thing I notice in our community is that so many leader like Pastor Mark and other community leader. They actually they actually make a way to so many minister in our community. So if you see 3, 4, 5 churches, you'll find one on the African church, which is a good sign. We have less nightclub and more churches, and I think that's something very positive for our community. Today we have a lot of businessmen that are actually rise up and even sharing the knowledge with others. So they are very, very good thing for the community. So I believe, if a family are seeking God, if a today instead of do 9 to 5, we are trying to create a job. We are participating in the growth of America. We are not just here to consume. So we are bringing something on the table. I think it's a positive sign for the community.
Wow.
So the Dallas community I believe, is doing well.
Well, I think so too, especially like you said, with the rise of leaders like you, who don't only want to do for themselves and their family, their immediate family, but for everyone. And they're not just doing that, they are teaching others, they are holding people's hands, they're guiding people, they're supporting in all of that. And I remember very well when we met, that was one of the first thing you insisted on. Hey, I think you told me, I'm not looking for a talented person. I'm looking for a community-oriented person. I'm looking for someone who is not only ready to do for them, but also ready to do for the community. I learned a lot from that, and that was how I realized, you know what, it's not supposed to be about you all the time. Go out there and share. Now, we have a few videos I probably have to play because we'll just play these videos, and then maybe you talk over the videos, and then or I'll ask you questions. Let me see where to start. By the way, before we go to that, we've seen you with so many people. You've invited so many people. So many people have come here to visit you. I don't even know how to put it. You invite, they come here to visit you for business and all of that. And mega names, big names, so very, very big names. Why do you? Because you have everything already. So many people feel like you're wealthy. You have all these. You can just stay in your corner, in your ranch, and then just make the money you can make, enjoy your family, and just sit quiet. But then why do you feel like it's necessary for you to still reach out or bring these people in when they want to meet you?
I believe as African, we have to use everything we have to build our continent. And I think you mentioned this early when we was talking. Life is all about relationship. And then as a leader also, you have to learn from others. You have to learn from others. And you have to learn, unlearn, and relearn. So I mean, I learn every day. Sometimes it's just to spend time together and then learn. And then sometimes it's also to share also with others. So like we said earlier, life is all about relationship. Sometimes some people can save you 20 years of hard work. So today my work actually forced me to really, really develop the relationship, particularly in the African continent and also in America. So that's why there's a lot. Today we are walking hand in hand with a lot of leader in various industry, and that can be music, a politician, and other area of business.
Okay, so what we'll do right now is I'll play a few videos. I'm gonna play them randomly because I don't have them in order, and then you just tell us what was actually happening. Let us start with this video. I think you can see it over there.
Okay. Yes, that is one of site in Forning. That's actually thing 278-acre. That was our first project in Forney. Um, I mean, our first large project. It's not the biggest one now. In Forney, this was the first community we actually developed. 278-acre. I think this day we was actually walking around with different owner, the different owner. So that's a Forney site.
Wow.
I
So
would say probably Forney for those that are not here in Dallas. It's actually on this Dallas County limit, because part of that is in Dallas actually, and then another part is in Kaufman County.
So for those who probably don't understand what you're talking about, our site, what do you mean?
Oh, it's a small community. Actually, there it's a site of 278 acre that we actually all the resident. I mean, 98% of the resident are African.
Wow.
Yep. Remember, we always push. We always strive to have a community where our children are going to be safe. We're not against anything. I know we're on TV, but we have our own value that we want to keep. I saw on the media this morning, I don't know if it's true or not, the Vatican was gonna bless the same-sex marriage. So all this thing actually called us to protect our own. We have to make sure we have a safe place for our children. We have to make sure we keep the value and pass down those value to our children. So in order to do that sometime, I mean, we have to do what other communities are doing. Today you can see Chinese that gather together. Even in New York, you have Chinatown. Here in Texas, in North Dallas, you have an Indian community. They're putting their God at the entrance. They have their God in the community. So they keep their God when they believe. They keep the value. And I say, well, we have to start by continue to stay together. Stay together, keep our children together. You remember how we all grew up in Africa. Your father was not the only one to discipline you. So when you see your neighbor, if you are doing something wrong, you will stop just by seeing him. But today, our children, they are left on their own. We go to work, give them to the teacher, and that will train them however they want to train, or give them to the new disciple maker, which is the TV. And the TV will also train them. And at the end of the day, we don't, we have a stranger in a home. So I believe by stay together, it can help us. It can save. It can help us to really, really pass down those values. So the 278 acre, that was our first major project. We launched a few other, in other area also. Yeah.
I think we'll have a next video. There should be a video of a visiting team or so.
Okay, this visit was actually the delegation from the Foreign Affairs in Congo. The Secretary General and of Foreign Affairs in Congo actually sent the team to come, to come and tour some of our property, because we have a small agreement with the Congolese businessmen that are coming to the United States. Those that invest in some of our property. So they actually help to help those businessmen facilitate the program from Congo. Yes. So they came actually to see what we are doing and all that. So
actually sent by their government?
Yes, that was the Foreign Affairs.
Do we have African countries whose leaders really care what their citizens are doing that much?
Of course. Africa is not only Cameroon. Yeah, matter of fact, we actually walk hand to hand now. That's why I'm sure you. After that, they even offer, for me with what I was doing with the community and all that, to actually represent the nation here in Texas. So with my everything I'm doing, it was very, very, very hard to do that. But I'm still thinking about it.
To
If it's
represent the nation of Congo.
yes, to
I
have
feel
a
like I feel like that is one
council.
problem we have in our community.
Mhm.
We have quality people, but sometimes I feel like they are not really exploited. Because if Congo can feel like, you know what, hey, for what you're doing, for what we see you want to do, for what we think you can do, just you know what, just take us, run with us. We don't see that happening in our community. It's really difficult. Is it because of the prophet is never known or recognized in their home?
That could be one of the reason. And also, you know, and I think Bob Proctor actually explained this better.
Mm-hmm.
We have what we call uh, um, in um, in French les pensées limitantes.
Yeah.
When you leave Cameroon, for example,
Yeah.
and then you get here, first of all, if you are looking for food, what are you going to be looking for?
Cameroon,
Ashu
yeah.
or that, because that's what you know. So sometime, even when we grow, even when we change, even when we acquire certain knowledge that can actually help our community, others just look at us as the son of the carpenter. They will still remind you that, oh, I know your sister. I know this, I know that. I was talking with my mom, I think that was yesterday. She would tell me that, do you know that the time you have your first car, when I was in, I
I
thought he
didn't
was gonna
trust you.
kill me. I said, I said it took me a long time to be comfortable in the car with you. I asked her, why, mom? She said, I don't know, but I never see you like a driver. I said, I understand. Let me tell you why. It's because you still see that baby.
Yeah.
That baby that they present to you at the hospital one day and he stretched himself and cried. You never know
Wow.
that. Now, this was actually, I think this was in Cameroon. I was maybe 21. You didn't see a 21 years old man that left your hand and go through the groom process and acquire the necessary knowledge to operate the car. And that's how we see our people. We see our people sometimes from the walls. We don't believe it. We don't believe it because it's easy to look backward than looking forward. Whatever you already experience, that seems like your reality. That's why in life, God talks so much about faith. When you start talking about faith, you talk about the future. Could you see the untouched?
Yeah.
And believe and actually walk in? And we are all people of faith.
Yeah.
But it's so easy to refer back to our experience. That's why so many people are stuck, because if you tell them, man, you can do this, they'll say, no, I can't do it. Why? Because they refer with their past.
Yeah.
When there was 5 years, when there was 10 years, when they didn't have experience, when they was still, when they was still small. So instead of looking for, we balance ourselves with the past or the present, which have nothing to do with our future.
I think I want to ask you questions about what we can do as a community to continue, but let's go to this other video, which was really huge. So many people were like, okay, this is another level. What is happening? And I think we see you, we see I'm not sure. Everyone should recognize that person, man. That's Kofi Olomide, the legendary Kofi Olomide. Picked him up at the airport. We were opportune. I was opportune. The first time in my many years, someone I grew up watching in. I was close to him. Not only close to him, worked with him, had conversations with him. I would say this because of you, because of the person he came to visit, because of the person he came to the United States for. Especially when someone like that, someone of that magnitude comes to the United States, and then they see this person that they look up to, this person that they have so much respect for, but then they see that person treating the next person like their king, the way you respect me, the way you would trust me with certain things. I feel like that was one of the reasons why even he himself was like, okay, I have to be very careful with this guy. There's something about this guy that this person knows that I don't know. However, just tell us about the relationship with Kofi.
Actually, Kofi, he's a very good friend. You know, I spent a lot of time in Congo. We was talking, and I told him, man, why don't you, you can buy a house in the United States and you have 30 years to pay. For he said, are you kidding me? I said, no, you can actually purchase a house. He said, no, I don't have a social security number. I say, I mean, bank will ask you for social security number because they're the one that give you a loan. So if I'm the one that is give you a loan, I know you are Kofi, you can pay me. So you can actually own. He said, oh no, are you killing? I said, no, I'm not killing. He was going, I mean, we was actually traveling. He was going to Paris for a show. He said, you know what? I meet you in Dallas. And after my show in Paris, that was maybe after 4 days. I said, okay, fine. And the next thing he told me, Raph, I've been in Dallas. He gave me the day. So he actually came in. I don't know. He even put a video of his home on TV, on
social media.
Yeah. So he came in. He actually purchased a beautiful home from me. He have 30 years to pay. He said, man, this is just great. Now I have a place where I can come and just settle with my team. We go into a studio, have our program without paying $1,200 a night at a hotel.
Yeah.
So he was so happy. And then they treat you so bad and give you bad food.
You cannot eat. And I think that was the other thing. Boss, I want you to talk to our people. The reason why, especially for those who are back home, who have a little bit of the resources, why it's important for them to purchase a home here and what they can actually do. Because some of them feel like, oh, I don't spend too much time there. I go there, I spend 2 weeks and I leave. What then will I do with the house or with the home? I want you to talk to them. The reason why it's not only important to get a property here, but what you can actually do if you're not staying here for 8 months or 1 year.
Yeah. I mean, I always love to learn from Chinese because, China, we helped China. I think that was 25 or 30 years ago.
Yeah.
Today, they're the number one by all means. I live in a house that was owned by a Chinese guy.
Wow.
I never, ever see that Chinese person.
Wow.
But I would deposit money in a bank account every month.
Wow.
They just changed the manager. When I first moved here in Dallas, I would live into a Chinese guy house. Guy in China. So he actually purchased the house. I guess they was paying probably $1,200 mortgage. But I was paying $1,600 for the house.
Wow.
Yeah. To a guy in China. So I believe you don't have to be so smart to see what's working and what is not working. This guy was in China. And he was net almost $400 from me every month.
Wow.
So he has a mortgage. He took the loan to buy a house. The mortgage, his monthly payment was $1,200. He rented the house to me for $1,600. and was catch at $400 from China. From China. Imagine, I don't know how many property the guy owned. Maybe 10, maybe 20.
Yeah.
So from that, I have one of my disciple of co-worker, Coach Guy.
Mm-hmm.
He traveled here all the time. I told him, Coach Guy, I shared the same story with him.
Yeah.
I said, you in Ireland, you can buy a house in Cameroon. He has a building in Cameroon.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's 6 storage or how many storage.
Mm-hmm.
Even to collect, people pay $100,000, so $200 a month.
Yeah. But you get the money,
and that's over 300 million of investment.
Wow.
I said, why do that? So he purchased a house here in Dallas. Now,
wow.
When he's here in his house, when he's not here, he put somebody else in the house.
Wow.
It's okay if you don't know.
Yeah.
But when you stay that way,
mm-hmm.
it's not good. I believe we have to copy. We don't have to reinvent.
Yeah.
We have to just look around and say, okay, how these guys are doing, how the Indians are doing, how the Chinese are doing. And also look at around our own community and say, how some of these people that actually felt so bad were doing. And stop doing that. Somebody say, if you want to be successful, you can learn from two people. You can learn from people that actually are what you don't want to be,
mm-hmm.
or learn from somebody that you want to be like him.
But make sure you're learning.
But make sure you're learning. So if I see you,
mm-hmm.
and I don't want to be like you, I must wash.
Yeah.
You wake up in the morning and go to the bar and drink.
I will not do that.
And dance to to the next day. I must stop drinking.
Wow.
I must stop going to the club. Just that alone may alarm me and bounce me away
to
from
a better direction. Yeah.
Yes. Or I may look at a successful person.
Wow.
And start apply and do exactly what the successful person is doing. Maybe you are waking up in the morning, you at work on time.
Mm-hmm.
You are not stay up late watching TV. Mm-hmm. You are not at the club.
Mm-hmm.
You are not drinking. You are going to the farm early and really work. Sometimes I say it's just as simple as that. It's easy to be successful. Very, very easy.
Boss, you think so?
No, I think it's so easy. Very easy.
Is that the reason why it's easy to see people who were millionaires, they lost everything, they rise up again and become millionaires and lose everything and rise? Because it's difficult.
Of course.
Wow.
Of course. You can lose everything and then you're going to have again. Because it's just like a great farm. It's just like a great farmer.
Mm-hmm.
If you take a great farmer, from Cameroon to Nigeria, do you think the person can be successful? Yes,
that's true.
If you take the same guy to the United States, they will be
successful. That's true.
If you take the same guy to Paris, they will be successful. I think that's why the ego, from Cameroon to the United States is still ego.
Yeah.
From the United States to Cameroon, it's still ego. They're not going to change because of the environment.
That's true.
So that have to do with the way we do things. That's it.
I think that's why Jesus said, if I can make it here, I can make it anyway.
Yes.
Wow.
Yes.
Boss, this video, man, when this video happened, like, while you guys were talking, and I saw people who came for a project, but most of them pulled out their cameras and they were more like, I don't want to say it in a bad way, recording. And this is actually Canton. That is your property. And I think these people most of them came from Congo, but all over Africa, all over the United States. That was close to. And this were the few who went to this location. We had other people who came in late. We had other people who decided, no, I wanted to stay in my hotel. And
I mean, these are people that trust me, either to build their home or they purchase a home from me. matter of fact, half of them live out of the country.
Mhm.
Uh, and whatever they are here in the United States, I always bring them home so we can eat together
Mhm.
and just share the moment together.
Oh.
Because, like I say, I don't think I have a job. I don't think I work.
Mhm.
To me, this is life. This is normal life.
Yeah.
So we was actually in Canton, and it's always a pleasure to serve. These people.
Mhm.
I always pray and say, God, make sure I die empty. Everything I can give, and everything I can give to make another person better. Let me do it.
Mhm.
And normally it's a very, very, very emotional moment because
Mhm.
for a lot of them it's their first time in the United States.
Mhm.
Because we do the whole process.
Mhm.
Most of our client we walk at the visa process also, and so we literally hold their hand from Africa
Mhm.
all the way to maybe even we take them back to Africa. So it was a very, very emotional time. Um, Spend the time with them. I think we visit the that's I think this that one was the second. We visit also a few property
Yeah.
that they was here in Sulphur Spring.
Mhm.
Yeah, in Sulphur Spring. It's a
Boss, just take us a little bit through what they actually come to do, because maybe those who are watching, for those who are watching, by the way, thank you guys for watching. If you have questions, go ahead and drop us a comment. If you have questions, go ahead and leave us a comment. Please don't forget to share the video. This is why we have to read it. This is why we invest a lot of time in what we are doing, because we want to educate our community. It is obvious from everything he has been saying. It's about the mindset. It's about the mindset. Until we change that mindset. And how do we change that mindset? We change our mindset with information. And this is the information. One part of the information he's actually sharing. Now you're watching. Why don't you just share the video so some other persons can get also to learn? We need to grow. We need to grow. We need to get our community to a place where when we exit, we are sure about what our kids will enjoy. We don't want to live in a place where I'm not sure. Maybe they should go back to Africa. Maybe no. We can actually come together, put resources, everything, money, brain, and everything, build our own small communities, and then it would just be better for everyone. I want you, boss. I want you to go ahead and talk to your people, like kind of like explain what is actually happening, why these people were here. Uh,
this people actually, I mean, what you just see on the video, I don't know if you're sharing the video.
yeah.
We're actually there with the builder.
Mm-hmm.
And that's another thing. When I moved here, in Georgia,
Mm-hmm.
I knew that if you want to buy a house, go see one house out there and buy.
Mm-hmm.
I always ask myself, why you can't build your own home.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't know that you can build your own home in America.
Oh.
And then when I found out that actually it take less than the small land we purchased to build a home, it costs less than $5,000.
Wow.
$5,000. Every small plot you see here in the city, it costs less than $5,000. Now, to build a house that is actually on the market here in the city
Mm-hmm.
for $200,000. Do you want to hear it? Do you know how much it costs to build?
No.
Less than $100,000. So for less than for what people use actually for down payment,
Mm-hmm.
they can actually build a home with it.
Their own.
So that's the same home we jump in and take it and pay in 30 years, something we
Wow.
can actually pay in 5 years.
Mm-hmm.
So I went very, very crazy with that. I was like, man, let me teach people how to buy a land
Mm-hmm.
and build a home on it. Do you know that you can actually spend $50,000 and have a house?
Wow.
A $50,000, and you never have to pay a mortgage in the United States. You don't have to build your house the way it is.
Mm-hmm.
So most of us, we carry, I mean, when I say
Mm-hmm.
most of us here in the United States,
States.
if you own a home, you probably carry $2, $3, $4, $500,000 mortgage. that you're gonna be paid for 30 years. And by the time you pay the whole thing, it's gonna be the price of that house times 5 or 6. And most people, either with bad credit or no credit, put 30% down on a house. So that 30% was enough to buy a land and build a house on it.
Wow.
But we didn't know.
Wow.
We didn't know. That was enough. So when I look back, I'm like, oh my gosh,
I wish.
I wish a lot of us are paying $2,000, $2,500 to rent a place. You know, just 2 month rent can give us a small plot where we can build a house on it. 50,000 can give us 3-bedroom house. It doesn't have to be too nice.
Yeah.
But something to take off with it. And then you can save enough to build your dream home. So today, American dream turned into a nightmare for a lot of us. You know, we are taking sin body after body in Africa because we are maxed out with bill. $3,000 mortgage, insurance. They will force you to put certain type of insurance on it. They collect that every month. Taxes and all that. You work and make $10,000 a month, but you don't have $1,000 left. By the time you pay car note, mortgage, put fuel around, feed the children, you have nothing left. The same person gonna invest, save 8,000 or 8,500, only spend $1,500. So that's what you are seeing there. All those people. Today, so many people who move their children from university or from the rental property. Now they live in their home. Some reconverted. They have a property with tenant in it, so they can cash out $400, $500, $600 every month with nothing, zero down, like we say. So I think it's just a movement. You say something very powerful. You say information is the key. You know, what you don't know, you don't know.
You don't know.
You know, imagine that we don't know that if you drink, let's say, I don't know what you can drink and die. This is something
Poisonous.
that is not appropriate. And then you go and drink because you don't know.
You don't know.
Do you think you're going to stay in life?
No.
No, you're going to die. So that's why I really value what you're doing, because information will change people. Information will change people. And I know a lot of us, you know, African, we were not born here.
Yeah.
We jump into a new system. Nobody trained us on the system.
Yeah.
Matter of fact, the people that trained us was those that failed already. So you come and somebody with no job, somebody that couldn't even, you know, counsel you back home, become your guide, your guide here. No, go to the warehouse or do this thing that when the one that's they change diapers.
CNA.
Do the CNA or do this. You know, people will come to the United States with so much potential. And then turn themselves into something different. Why? You know, see the same way we was doing back home. Every African built their own home. We didn't walk around and buy a house. Why we got here and lose that and think that it's not possible? We didn't even find out if it's possible, if it was possible. So today, I believe one of my mission is to challenge people. I mean, there's so many builders out there.
Yeah.
There's so many builders. There's so much opportunity. There's so many things we can do as a family. And I love Dr. Eric.
Tango Monkey.
Yes. I mean, I register on his page. Every time he's happy.
Yeah.
Jump on his farm. Grow stuff. And I just like to call him. Sometimes when you call him, you see life vibrant in him.
I learned that from you also.
Yeah, I'm saying, man, this guy is happy.
Yeah.
I said, what makes him this happy? And why other people are sad?
Yep.
Because, and he told me one day, I went back to the life that I grew up in. I'm close to the nature. I could eat something healthy. I don't have to be stressed out locked in a box like somebody that work in jail. Today we are encouraged and challenged our people. You know, we can live on our own terms. Chinese, when they get here, they don't live the American life the way that it's gonna be imposed to them. India, no. You know, that's the mission we are on.
But
Challenge people to really, really withdraw back and take it easy and really build the American dream.
yeah.
Yes, really build the American dream.
I was looking at this video. I think one of the events we did, well, it was early this year. Was it like February or March? Yeah. In the number, I think we had about 40 to more people. Now, the question I always want to ask is, all these people, most of them from Africa, different countries from Africa. And the question I want to ask is, we have people over here who are wanting to go invest in Africa. And then we have these people, and yeah, some of them are wealthy, and some of them are average dudes. But then they understand something. Probably they watch one of your videos, or they watch videos, or they learn from somewhere, thinking like, you know what, this is where I want to go put my money. Is there something our community is still not understanding about where to invest and when? Because if I see all of these people travel, take flights, and making monthly and trusting, look at all of them trusting and investing and all of that, I'm like, is this something our people, especially our immediate community, still don't know? Probably the reason why they feel like, you know what, I need to go home and make my investment.
I remember I told you that we think backward.
Yeah.
So people stay tight in their village.
Yeah.
A lot of people live here and go in a village and build 3 or 4 storage house in the village, because you know that emotion, you know, that feeling when there was little in the village, it still haunts them. Now they are they still a little confused about investment. Why do you invest, first of all?
Yeah.
You know, if you have your money to invest, first of all, you have to think about where it's secure. Number one. Number two, you have to put where you can cash out easily.
Yeah.
Number three, you want to invest where you have a better return on your investment.
Yeah.
So today, most of these people, even the one with money, they can come and buy a house cash, and then let the house become a second person that is working for them. I mean, would you buy a house in America, put somebody in that can pay you $2,500 a month, or take the same money back home, build a house, and put somebody there that is going to be pay you $400? That is 200,000 CFA per month, and that's somebody that you have to pray for them to pay you.
Yeah.
If you have one soldier in your house, you're not gonna get anything for 3 years.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have a friend. I have a home there. They have a colonel that is living there. The colonel now, he's paying the guy to leave. The guy said, "No, I'm not leaving." There's nothing he can do.
Yeah.
Nice home, beautiful home.
Wow.
The colonel said he's not. He paid 2 years to move in. He said, "No, I'm gonna pay you." He been in a house for more than 9 months with no payment.
Wow.
Just, you know, he don't know what to do. Either he needs to go back home, go to court, take him to court, and do all this kind of stuff. Now the guy is complaining that he never fixed the toilet, he never fixed the roof, he never fixed this. So now it's fight. So you have your own house, and you have to argue with your tenant and all that. So I think we have to know where to invest, particularly if you. I'm not saying not to be home back home. No, I mean I have so many houses back home. But if you want to invest so that can give you a residual income, so when you cannot take care of yourself, your income, your money can continue to work for you for years. You have to make sure you invest in the nation where it's stable.
And that nation is États-Unis d'Amérique. Even the system, yeah, it's easy. Like they throw you out and you're still going to pay that money someday, whether you like it or not. Boss, let us look at, I think I have another video I want us to watch. Now, one thing I've learned with you is building a team around you. And that is one other thing. Our community, we are not big on in our community. You see, everyone is trying to do their thing by themselves. For a very long time, I was wanting to do Toide by myself. I'm the host. I'm the camera guy. And then sometimes you just look at me and you just laugh. I'm like, Toride, if it's that you don't want to hire persons, I can hire persons for you, and then you just manage them. And for a long time, I did not know if I just did not trust people or what was happening. But I want you to throw a little bit of to just talk to us about why it's important for us as a community to understand it will be difficult for you to do it by yourself. Try to build a team, try to trust the team, they fail, but then continue to look for the right people and just continue to build.
First of all, number one is the smallest number. So when you want to do by yourself, that means that's what we call one man show. You're gonna fail and you're gonna hate what you do, because at the point it's not gonna be about money anymore. It's not gonna be about service anymore.
Yeah.
But it's gonna be too much on yourself.
Yeah.
Now, in order to work with people, you have to trust people.
Yeah.
You know, when I look at myself, I know how, you know, I mean, I still mess up so much. So, and somebody trust me. Somebody look me in the eye once in Georgia and believe in me.
Yeah.
You know, when John trust me and hold my hand and start train me, I didn't look like anything. So we have to believe in other people. We have to give people a chance. And then even when we give them a chance, we need to give them another chance. And then give them another chance and give them another chance and give them another chance. I remember the day I called Pastor Mike. I said, Pastor Mike, give me somebody that can help me with camera. He said, no, I'll give you this guy. Call this guy. He's a good guy. He's going to help you. That was you.
Yeah.
And then when you show up, I was like, oh my God. You didn't look like cameraman. Yeah. I was looking for, you know, cameraman people. Yeah, they have to have attitude and all that. I was saying, this guy. And, you know, I just said, okay, let me see what's gonna come out of this. And then we would do things and next one and next one and next one and next one. And I'm like, man, this guy is a bad boy. He's good. He's great. So if it was an interview, I could have never hired you. So it's so important to believe in people. I believe Pastor Mike believe in you so much, and he refer you. And then I mean, I couldn't judge you by, you know, what I would see you. I mean, you didn't come. With, you know, cameraman, they will wear this thing. You see how photographer have the clothes and all those big beds, even the boots that go with it. But you didn't have all that. And today, you know, look at how beautiful the journey have been. We have to trust people. We have to believe in people.
Wow.
And then we have to bear with people. We have to walk with people. We have to give people opportunity to mess up and stay.
Give them another opportunity.
Give them another opportunity. I never see somebody that. Think about this. Let's say, do you have a kid?
Yeah.
Okay. Imagine it's a boy or girl.
Boy.
Okay. Imagine you was teaching him how to walk.
Yeah.
He get up and fall, and then get up and fall. What would you say, man? Forget it.
Yeah.
Just crawl. Forget about this walking business. Would you do that?
No.
No. That's how life is. At the point, we're gonna fall before we walk. We're gonna crawl before we get up.
Yeah.
It's just a process. But the beautiful thing is that at the point we're gonna get there. You mess up, you learn from it, and see what you have done wrong, and then correct the next time. That's walking process. That's how we learn how to walk. Matter of fact, you have to fall enough in order to walk. Today, if you were walking, would you put your feet in a big hole? No. You learn because you fall before. It doesn't feel good when you step in. That's why you don't put your feet there anymore. But if you never put your feet there, you try again.
That's true.
That's how life is. That's how business is. So that's how we develop skill too.
Wow.
So if you don't trust people, if you don't believe in people, if you don't give them opportunity,
wow,
you're never gonna have a team. You're never gonna have a team.
No, that's true. And I learned a whole lot from you just by working with you, just by hanging around you. But the one thing that I'm still trying so hard to learn is patience and tolerance. I've never seen you angry. I've never seen you say, "Oh, I'm never gonna do this with this person." I've never seen you frustrated, like, "Oh, why they treating me like this? I gave them everything they wanted." I like you always. I think the word I use now is solution oriented. That is the word I use nowadays when I talk to other people. Like, hey, you have to be solution oriented. Just it doesn't matter what they do. Just look for how you can fix the problem and just move on. Because at the end of the day, worry is not gonna. Is it something you were born with? Or is it something that along your journey, because you've been doing business now for more than 25 years, so meeting so many people, meet people from different communities, is it like you actually learned that along the way or something you were just born with? Because sometimes for me, I'll even gossip with Francine and be like, nah, il est né comme ça, donc moi je peux pas être comme.
No, I think it's all one thing I learned from John C. Maxwell is one thing he told me during the coaching section. He said, man, if you want to be free, be accountable
Yeah.
for your action
Wow.
and for other people's action. I was like, no, 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 no. He said, yes. When you think somebody is doing you wrong, you actually become vulnerable.
Yeah.
When you think you are responsible for the good thing and the bad thing that happened to you,
Yeah.
you're in charge and you can do something about it. When you think that people are doing you, you become vulnerable.
Wow.
You become powerless. But the moment you take charge on every good thing, every bad thing that happened to you,
Yeah.
you have your life under control.
Boss, Francis Ngannou, Samuel Eto'o, we've seen you with all these greats, all these wonderful people. And for me nowadays, I'm not even surprised because one of the, let me just say, the biggest people I met in my life, I got to meet them through you, and you always introduce them to me in a very. Sometimes you not even tell me, and then I'll just walk into them and I'm like, "Oh, is this not this person?" I'm like, yeah, that's the person we came to see. Let's start with Francis Ngannou. What is the relationship with him?
I mean, he's a great leader. Outside to be an athlete like me,
Yeah.
I know a lot of people don't know that part of me. He, he's uh he's a great guy. He's one of the very very tough guy with the mind that you cannot break that I met. I used to think that Ito was the one because there's something like now we're amongst ourselves.
Yeah.
It's easy for you to treat me good, right?
Yes.
But when you get out of the community, you are with other people. You are with people that look at you in your face and say, things that will frustrate you.
Yeah.
But even though you still stand your ground, Francis Ngannou, I mean, I learned so much from him. Sometimes even myself, I tell him, hey, man, guy, je pense que you need to do this and do that. He said, no, I'd rather lose everything. I used to tell him that, mon frère, tu mises avec tout à tout moment. That's scary. But I learned so much from him, from his leadership, close to him and also from a distance. Sometimes we want to preserve ourselves. We want to preserve what we already have, and then we settle for less. And I learned from him, from Francis. He's one of the guys that will stand for the truth. He will stand for what is right for him, and he's ready to lose everything every time. And he said, hey, I'll do again. And today the whole world could look and be like, man, this is actually the right way. So as a leader, you have to learn from others, and I learned so much from Francine, from Francis. His resilience is just amazing.
We saw a picture of you, Samuel Eto'o, Roger Miller. I don't know what title to use when I'm referring to them. I'll just use their names. Samuel Eto'o and Roger Miller. I think it was in uh where is that? Is it
San
California?
Diego.
San Diego. And now I think I'll try to look for the picture while you're talking to show. This picture, you were not just with them standing somewhere. It was more like a lunch or breakfast or something. You guys were sitting in a table. And when I looked at the picture, I was like, no, this is different level. This is not just some, it's going to prendre les photos. And no, you guys are sitting there. Can you just walk us through your relationship with Eto'o or Roger Miller?
I mean, they're very great people. When you are called into a leadership, one of the things you want to do is humble yourself and ask other that, you know, Roger Miller is one of the very, very great leader. Samuel Eto'o also. These are people that face so many challenge, you know, in other area of life,
Yeah.
you know, in other area of life. So, uh, I mean, I learn from them. I can say that I really, really learn from them. I learned from so much from Mila. And also whatever he's here, you know, I always like to serve as well. So I make myself available to, you know, move, drive him around, and then if he need to go somewhere, you know, guide him and all that. But it's more about service. It's just more about service, nothing more than that. Yeah.
Talk to us about the importance of being a servant leader. I know I learned a lot from you with that, but I just want you to talk a little bit on why it's important for us to have to be a servant leader, not even have servant leaders.
I learned from a little slave girl in the Bible. You know, one of the servant of um, what's the Naaman, the slave girl. They didn't even give her name.
Yeah.
They just call her. They just say a slave girl. I don't know what the slave girl was doing in the bedroom of one of the great warrior, which was Naaman, and found out that Naaman have leprosy. From that, I was meditate on that small passage in the Bible, and I was like, "Oh my gosh!" So service can take you where, you know, as your service can take you where even other king could not get there. Because think about it, other king or other warrior couldn't get into that place. From that day, I received a revelation of service. When you serve, your service will take you before king. And it's going to even take you where kings cannot go. Other kings cannot go.
Wow.
Only service. Think about it. If the lady that come and clean my house, she can get in my bedroom.
Yeah.
But you've been to my house so many times. Haven't you?
Never.
You've been to that. That's the power of service.
Wow.
That's the power of service. My driver, he can go in my back and look for something. How many times have you searched my back? It's a level of service. As a small service will take you to a deeper place. Now, this slave girl was actually he saw the guy naked.
Yeah.
Because you have to see somebody naked to see the leprosy on a person. Or half naked.
Yeah.
So that's why I always tell people serve. Service will take you where even as a king you cannot get there. So whatever I have opportunity to serve, I just serve. I just serve.
God, that is some good message. Fingong Tralala, one of the biggest in our community, was here, visited Dallas dispensation, and took him around, visited some lands. I think Waxahachie. What?
Waxahachie?
Canton, Waxahachie, Forney, Sulphur Spring,
Mhm.
and all of these places. I think that what the question I want to ask you is, we have celebrities in America, and if for me personally, because I think I've had this conversation with you, if it was just for the how can I put it, just for the business, you will just go with the people who can actually just give you the easy money, the bigger money, and all of that. But then you have this thing where you want to see our people involved. Also, you want to see our people doing things, getting up there. I want you to talk to us why you think it's necessary as a community for us to start thinking that way.
One on my class with John,
Mm-hmm,
that was in Georgia, in Swanee. He
mm-hmm,
actually took us to the cemetery. That was my first time walking there like that. He took us there, and then he said, "Walk around." We walk around. He says, "Keep walk around." That was a small group,
mm-hmm,
and he said, "Look, look, pay attention." I was wondering, what are we looking for? He just said, "Pay attention." And then I look, and then we went back into the van. I said, "How do you want to be remembered?" From 1920 to
two.
2005, that small line
Mm-hmm,
is gonna be your story. Go in a wall and write your story the way you want to be remembered. That day, everything changed in my life. Of course, I want to make money,
mm-hmm,
but I want to serve. I want to serve. I want an opportunity to serve. I want an opportunity to change other people's life. I say, when any man encounter me,
mm-hmm.
I want him to go different. I want him to go different. As much as it depends on me, I don't want to see any man die with his gift. We are so gifted. We are so gifted. But sometimes we walk out of this earth without even touch that gift. I want to believe in people. I want to serve people. I want to stand with people. For those that doesn't have faith, I want them to use my faith. I want to be that guy. You know, I hear a story. A guy called King called a group of village people
Mm-hmm.
and say, "Well, the person that can swim will marry my daughter," because everybody wanted a daughter. He was so wealthy and rich.
Mm-hmm.
And then the whole village came out. All the guy came. So I marry her. I swim.
Mm-hmm.
And then before they start
Competition.
the competition, he took little chicken and throw out. One crocodile jump out and smack. Everybody, people was trying to go. She said, "No, nobody. Man no wrong." But before that, they hear boom. A guy was go between crocodile, up and down, and then come out. They was say, "Oh my God." The king called him and said, "Please cry him," and all that. He was breathing and breathing and breathing and say, "Woo, woo." Then he said, "Come down." He said,
You
"You in
won
life,
already.
woo." Yeah. And then he said, "Who push me?" I hear this story and then I will share over and over. Sometimes I say I want to be that person. I'm gonna be push people
Pushing
into
people.
those kind of place.
Yeah.
This guy didn't know how much he has.
Mm-hmm.
He didn't know he can swim among crocodile and come
Mm-hmm.
out in life.
Mm-hmm.
He didn't know he was a winner. He
Wow.
didn't know he had what it takes to win. Even after he finished the course,
Yeah.
he still didn't believe in himself. I want to be that guy. So many people don't like that.
Yeah.
But I rather somebody hit me because I push him in there. I know he's not gonna die.
Mm-hmm.
He's gonna come out. Even though when you push some people,
Mm-hmm.
they jump and come out and come against the person that pushed them in.
Wow.
Even after
Mm-hmm.
the level of certainty come up. Nobody was born with the notice of life. We went to school. They teach us how to read. After we're done, they say we are smart. But the real life And our father, since life is so progressive, our father, we cannot just refer back to our father life and say, well, father should also have to farm. We should
Mhm.
become farmer too.
Mhm.
The world is going so fast now. And
Wow.
I believe we, if we don't reframe our mindset to
Mhm.
embrace the new world, it's gonna be easy. It's gonna be difficult. The world become a small village.
Very true.
A Chinese guy is in your village now working.
Mhm.
Matter of fact, if you want, you go to the village and see most clothes people are wearing. It's coming from China.
Yeah.
So the guy that have never been into your village, he's making money more in the village more than you.
You-
He's serving. The world become a small village. We have to embrace in a different way if we want to stay relevant. So uh, that's why I do what I do.
You talked about pushing people, and oh God, guess who is watching? I think it's a beautiful one. Shout out to my pastor, my personal person. I call him my dad, Pastor Mark Fondo. Shout out to Don Moen. Shout out to Ralph. Shout out to Claudine Tui. Ruth. Shout out Natalie Freeman. You're watching. Shout out to you, my sister. Boss Charles Njoya. I think Charles Njoya is one person. I think we've talked about him. And I was hoping when it comes to Dallas, I want you guys to meet another community builder, another. I was with him in Houston the other day. Wonderful person, also same mindset with you. Will call me late in the night to just, oh, what is happening in the community? What can we do? What, like, always worrying. And I really wish he can, when he visits Dallas, I hope you hope you be around so we can talk, or we can even get on the phone. Um, Apostle Miranda is watching. Hey, my boss, Gustav B. at you. Another person also, he's in Houston, Austin. This one is in Austin, but people who, I think I'm blessed. For me, that's just the thing. And like you always say, maybe there's something also about me that makes them feel like, okay, to really, let's do this. You talked about investing in people. You talked about Apostle Mark, not only investing in me, because for those who didn't know, I'll talk about picture. For those who didn't even know, I remember when I came here and I was thinking about what to do. He called me one day and it was like, what you the plan for do? I told him, I don't know, for some reason, I really have passion in cameras and photography and videography. And it was like, really? I see. I said, okay, I know someone who is doing that. I'll call them and you can go learn from them. Because I did not know anything. And he actually called this guy. I went there. The guy, okay, played his own small game, and then that was it. Came back, I explained to him, and he was like, "Oh, maybe the guy wants us to pay. I will pay." That was when I was like, "No, you don't have to pay. I'll learn on my own." So just like what you were saying, we really have to, as a community, come together, invest in people, invest again and invest again. Even when they come back to bite us, we look at them, smile, and then just move on. But I want us to talk to us about one person that I know you've invested. I wish we had those pictures and those videos. It would have really been beautiful. Guy Bertrand. You met him a few years ago. I was there when you met him, and today he's something else. He's on another level. And just talk to us about your relationship with him.
Yeah, I mean, before you before we talk about Coach Gibetra,
Mhm.
another thing also in life is that, you know, when the glory days come,
Mhm.
we celebrate the glory day,
Mhm.
but we forget actually
The
those who was there
Yeah.
when we were nobody.
Body.
You mentioned Pastor Mike. I remember when I moved to Dallas.
Mhm.
Um, I I don't know who connect us. Maybe one lady from thing said there's this person that you need to. I don't know how he worked actually, but he came to my apartment.
Mhm.
Uh, and I didn't have a chair. I just have I think just a mattress.
Mhm.
I didn't have a chair. So he stand up, and I was going to Germany. He took me to the airport, and I flew to Germany. So there are people, and there's a lot of people that actually impact our life.
Mhm.
Where, you know, in a dark moment, in a
Mhm.
dark day, uh, they was there, and they
Mhm.
was ready to help, and they was ready to contribute it. I just mentioned that just to say that there's so many. great leader in the Cameroonian community, in Africa community, particularly here in Dallas. I cannot mention all of
Names.
them.
Yeah.
You know, and they are doing so many things. You know, I always tell people, just like the Lord Jesus, the Lord Jesus helped so many people, but how many came back? If with the Lord Jesus, one person come, how many do you want to come back with you?
Yeah.
But we're all grateful. I'm actually writing a book that uh, to 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 share the, you know, the side of my life that nobody see. The time I cry, the people I cry on their shoulder. You know, as a leader, we come and stand and talk, and it sounds like we never have a problem. You know, the disagreement, the you know, the rough thing that go on in our body and all that. So other leader can understand that when you are called into a leadership, it doesn't mean that everything is just gonna be going as perfect as what people see. So I think the title of that book is gonna be my hiding thing. And I will be, you know, I'll share so many things in there. Leadership is a challenge. It's a way of challenge. So go back to Coach Guy. Yeah, Coach Guy is actually, you know, I can say that he's one of the person that really believe in my vision when I carry this journey of leadership, and say I want to contribute into the kingdom also in a different way, you know, because when you find yourself in church, you have 5 people that can preach very good. You know, if you can sing, sing. If you can sing, do something else. Maybe be a guard the people that usher people. You know, clean the floor. Do something else. So I believe, you know, God want me just to really, 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 really touch the people of God also with this, you know, the in the business area, you know, with the capacity of to create well, and you know, to impact people in a positive way. So Coach Guy Bertrand, when I met him, I shared a vision with him. He actually came to one of my seminars. Back then when I was doing a lot more seminar, he paid 1 million. That was 1 million francs. So he paid his 1 million, and then after the seminar, I was doing mentorship. So he said, "Hey, I want to sign up with your mentorship too." So I have been mentoring him for the past 4 or 5 years now. And in business, you know, what I do, I share with him. I say, "Hey, this is what I'm doing. You know, I think you should do too." Sometimes we do, it doesn't work. We both cry together, and then sometimes it works. And because I always say business is not, it's not guaranteed. It's not magic, you know. So today in real estate, he owned a couple house here. Some of the business I'm doing back home, the school we are open in different country, the training center, I carry him along as a partner, you know, in also. You know, John always say that make sure people that you guys suffer together, go up with them. If it's not, you'll find yourself alone. So Coach K is one of the great helper. Very, very great helper. Today, he run, I think maybe over 200 of our team member, you know, because I told him I need to be free to run with the vision, to run with the business. If we are challenged to touch 2 billion people, I mean, I can't come sit down and babysit for us to get there. So he's one of the right hand man, like we say. So he really helped me with particularly with the Ali Global and other company. Yeah, in the United States and all over Africa as well.
Tell us about Eyelid Global. I know a few people who are watching are probably like, okay, what is he talking about? What is Guy doing? Like, tell us about Eyelid Global.
Yeah, Ali Global is just that movement that we launched how long ago? We launched this together.
Yeah.
Like what, 6 years ago?
Yeah, 6 years.
And the mission is really to challenge people to operate, to function from the best version. We want to touch 2 billion people in the world in the next 20 years. And it went back to one of the question you asked here about why am I invite all these people. There's one thing to influence people. When you influence a leader, you influence the people that follow the leader.
That's true.
So that's where we are now in Ali Global. We deal with the big community leader, pastor that also have so many people that follow them. So we impact the head so the whole body can be impacted as well. So with Ali, we in the few African nation right now. We are settled in few African nation. We are working with some head of state and some government aid member and businessmen. So with Ali, we train people, we start business, we fund business, and then we partner also with other business in various country.
One of the questions, someone asked me a question one time, and I looked at the man and smiled. I know that is one of the reasons why most people are here. Are you actually the richest African in the diaspora, especially in America? In one time, somebody looked at me and was like, "Sako, if he's really that rich, why are you not also a millionaire?" I looked at them and then I laughed. I'm like, okay, first of all, find out why he's rich, what he's doing to make his money, and then ask me if I'm interested in doing that. Now, it's not like I'm not looking for money. It's not like no, but guess what? I feel like deep inside me, I have that passion for what I want to do. For me, I feel like that is my calling. That is my, like you just said, people will have to play their role. We cannot have 5 highly global. Highly global needs a media team. That is where Toride comes in. And gradually we'll build to where we want to build. And then maybe that same person will come and say, oh, at the end of the day, that's the reason why personally, this is how I feel. I don't know. I know you're a pastor, but that is why I feel like that was the reason why Jesus needed to have disciples, people who will go and testify, people who will go and talk about what he did. So the person, whoever person that asked me that question, I look at them as a disciple. Someday they'll be the ones to come out and say, oh, I've known him Toride. I know him. He started from here. He went from here. So just continue paying attention. Now that you know everything is not going. Boss, dispensation, we're talking earlier about
so
this. Yeah.
Let's go back on the question you asked.
Yeah.
Who says that I was the richest person?
You were going to who said that?
Yes.
So many people. Personally, I know you probably the richest. I've been close to you.
Okay. So I thank you that you set the record so straight. You said it. Other people said it. So I didn't say it.
This is a thing. Most of them will never
to have their own opinion. I mean, if you guys say that, and
most of them will never accept, guys. Most of this work they will never accept.
If you guys say that and inspire people, that's good. If it help people, that's good. But I didn't say it. I have one on the newspaper that called me last time, and they say, "Oh, we want to write article on you." I said, "What is for?" They say, "We want to write about your wealth." I said, "Which wealth?" I said, "Which one?" I would celebrate people are impact. You don't measure a tree. How do you measure the tree? By the fruit that produce for other people, not for the tree.
Wow.
So please, let's meet in. We have about 16 years more to go. When we'll be presented the 2 billion people we impacted and when they have become. I'm more interested in what the impact I could make in other people's life.
Yeah.
More than what is in their life.
Your life.
What does it matter? It doesn't matter.
Yeah.
You know? So when I come sit here today, this is your studio. Now you asked me to come to the studio. I used to ask you to come to the office. I can celebrate that one because I feel like I have been part of something that is grown. That I can sit here today, or I can be on my phone today. Come on, I'm watching young people are here. I'm listening to the gospel here and all that. I mean, that's what I can celebrate it. Because I believe it's part of my fruit also. But what I become, that's have no importance. The fruit I can produce is more important than who I become. So Next time, if we reverse
Mm-hmm.
and say, let's impact more people
Mm-hmm.
and, just impact more people, I
Mm-hmm.
will be more satisfied. I can even
Wow.
uh, be more fulfilled
Mm-hmm.
when we get to that 2 billion people that we're going to touch, more than what, I will become. It doesn't matter. It's just me. It's just one person. I say number one is the worst number. So when you celebrate one,
Mm-hmm.
you celebrate the wrong way.
Mm-hmm.
So as we impact people, you share what you want to do here.
Mm-hmm.
This channel is going to be going 24/7.
Yeah.
20 people is going to be here.
Mm-hmm.
Every day shows are going to be gone. People life going to be impacted. Those are things I want to hear. Those are things we want to celebrate.
Celebrate.
Those are things when I sit back on my old man
Mm-hmm.
sofa, I can be proud. I can say, man, I know this guy.
Mm-hmm.
I remember when he was coming to my office.
Mm-hmm.
If I can say that about 2 billion people,
People.
I'll be the happiest man.
Guys, and you just pointed out something that made me feel so. We are actually the ones, people, not only me, so many other people, probably because we're around you. And maybe I think the definition of world is different for people. That is what I just learned right now. Or some people look at world, especially coming from where we're coming from, we feel world is money, cars, land, and all of this stuff. These are good things, but at the end of the day, like you said, what would you gain if you have all these things and you don't impact people who are going to impact others and impact others? Now I know why you continue to keep me around you, because um dispensation. I want us to talk because we'll close very soon. I want us to just throw a little bit of tell us what dispensation is all about.
Dispensation, first of all, we are investment fund.
Mhm.
We help people acquire real estate. So when your bank say no, we can say yes. Matter of fact, we don't care about your credit. If you can prove the income,
Mhm.
we can purchase property for you all over Texas. Texas is the first market.
Mhm.
Now we can look at in other market as well.
Mhm.
We have some of the home also that we sell on owner finance, so we
Mhm.
don't need to go to the bank.
Mhm.
So if you are there, rent it. I tell people stop renting,
Going to
purchase the home,
home.
pay the mortgage. It's better than rent it.
Mhm.
Maybe the day you move out, if the house is upside down, it's okay.
Mhm.
Walk away. But if it's not, cash out something and walk away with it.
Mhm.
Don't make a mistake I make. I rent in Atlanta for long, long, long time. I mean, I've been in this country for 24 years. I have some of my friends that have been here for 40. They still rent. So own the property. Own the property. Be courageous. Take a risk and own it. I mean, it's not even a risk. You pay rent or mortgage every month, right? So everybody's paying.
Yeah.
Why don't you own it? Churches, own it. Warehouse, business, own it. I mean, sometimes it's just good to get out of your area and go around other people. When I'm around my Chinese and Indian friend, when they hear that you have a business and you are paying rent, they say, why?
Mhm.
Why don't you turn into mortgage?
Yeah.
It's the same thing.
Yeah.
But the good things is that after you can recash that. Even small Chinese children, when they come here to go to school,
Yeah.
they come together like five, buy a mansion, and sit and pay for them $1,000 every month. Five of them use a room and pay for that mansion $5,000 a month. When they finish the school after 5 years, they sell that, and that's a cash to take off with their life. So, uh, dispensation is just one of the vehicles to solve this problem. We have a lot of property also and land that we sell on owner finance. All our home is on owner finance. But also, if you find a home, we can finance that for you. So we come actually and buy the house, and you pay us back in 30 years. And our interest rate is 1 digit.
Wow.
1 digit. We better the bank now. People used to say that, oh, that's too high. Now the bank is, some banks are going to, if it's an investment property, they do 12%. And then we stay on 1 digit.
Is there any advantage working with someone? Because that's one other thing I'm big on. Is there any advantage working with someone who comes from the same community as you? And so, I mean, like for people who are interested, do they have any, maybe some advantages working with someone like you who understands their struggle, who understands their responsibility and all of that? Or it's just the same It's a level fee for whether they
No,
come.
no, there's a difference.
Mm-hmm.
When a guy come to me
Mm-hmm.
and say, "Well, I want to buy this small salon,"
Mm-hmm.
they are selling it to me for $110,000.
Mm-hmm.
Loan me $110,000 to buy it.
Mm-hmm.
I can pay you $900 or $700 a month
Mm-hmm.
until I pay you off. I know that they can make money with salon. But
Mm-hmm.
when you tell maybe another person or Caucasian or Chinese guy, he
Mm-hmm.
doesn't know that you can braid hair and make it. They don't understand.
Mm-hmm.
So I believe there's also a benefit with that.
Mm-hmm.
There's an advantage with that. We understand our people
Mm-hmm.
more than the marketplace. You go to the
Wow.
bank, they run your social, they
Mm-hmm.
read everything with that.
Mm-hmm.
I have a guy that was buying a small mechanic shop. He actually came to me. That was very cheap
Mm-hmm.
place in Austin.
Mm-hmm.
Very rundown mechanic shop. They would sell it to him for 35,000. I
Mm-hmm.
know this guy could make money to pay that back. So I didn't have to go back and forth with it.
Yeah.
He just got in this country. The guy was from Nigeria. He didn't have any paper.
Mm-hmm.
He was going around fixing car. I know this guy could pay that quick. Matter of fact, I think that was 6 year long. The guy paid me back within 2 years.
Wow.
Within 2 years. So a bank couldn't give him this type of loan, because they don't understand. They will say, well, you don't have a history, you don't have this, you don't have that. So I believe there's advantage amongst Chinese, among Indian, among all these people. They know the type of business that work.
Mm-hmm.
Matter of fact, when you listen to the history of the guy that owned Alibaba, that's how he got financed through his community first, because they understood there was the need for that product, in their country. So Chinese was making so much stuff, and that was so cheap. They said, well, if we can find a bridge to sell this stuff to the Western, particularly in America, we're gonna make a killing, and it's gonna be cheaper for the American, and it's gonna be winning Christmas for us. And he knew, I mean, his people knew that was an opportunity. That's why they funded the deal. So some of the deal we do, we understand better. Let's say, for example, somebody want to bring food from Africa and sell here. I know how people buy it. But if you go and talk to the bank, no bank, investment bank will give you loan for that, for example. So I think it's still a strong benefit, the community, like just these people. I qualify a lot of them. Some of them, they don't have a social security number. Matter of fact, you don't need a social security number to purchase property in America. Somebody asked me once, I want to buy a car. I don't have a social security number. I said, you don't need it. Now, if you go to the bank to get a loan, you would need one. That's how the system is set. If you walk into the house that they are selling and say, hey, this is my name, that's your check, he'll take the check, and the title company is going to close the transaction, and it's yours. Yep.
Wow.
So
so the other question I was going to ask you is, we know your dispensation is doing something in Congo right now with real estate, and I don't know how it works. Is it like people from here actually investing in Africa, building homes and all of that, or you're actually just building the homes and selling, or how does it work?
The project we actually carry in Congo, the 10,000 home in the city called Sele by the airport. It's actually the same program. We build home, we sell it, and we finance 30 years. But most people pay quick. So it's we have few investors that are American. We have some partner in the deal that are also Indian. So it's a private fund. We build and we resell it. People can purchase and pay gradually for up to 30 years also. And there's interest free, and they can pay off anytime. And there's a fixed interest as well.
Oh. But boss, okay. This should be my last question. I have so many questions. I feel like we can go, but now it's already 1 hour, 30 minutes. I feel like this should be the last question. I want you to talk to your people. I want you to talk to our community. I want you to speak to their minds. It's December. What do you think we should start doing differently now to get us into 2024 and make 2024 a better year for us?
First of all, we have to do something different, everything different, because what we have been doing up to now brought us here. And if we keep doing that, it's not going to take us to the next level.
Wow.
It's as simple as that. You know, one of the areas that kill gift and talent is a comfort zone.
Wow.
And we all need a comfort zone to rest. But if you want to grow, you have to put yourself under pressure.
Yeah.
You have to put yourself under pressure. You have to challenge yourself every day. You have to do more than what you did yesterday. You have to refuse to be comfortable. Only pressure can bring different results.
Wow.
Knowledge is power. But if you know you don't apply, it's just going to confuse you. So I believe we have to be so intentional. And we always have to put ourselves, challenge and re-question what we did yesterday. Yeah, I used to hate people that challenge the idea, that want to think differently. But it's the way. Look at where the world is going today. We can't keep doing the same thing and expect to have a different result. So I believe we have to embrace and be okay and comfortable with the change and then with the challenge. It's only under pressure that we can grow. Yeah. That's why sometimes crisis make people go from one stage to another one. Yep. When people go through crisis, they will go from one stage to another one. Yep.
Very true.
And then they will even be shocked, like, oh my God, look at how far I went. Because of the crisis, because of the pressure.
Yeah. I was actually telling someone, it's a bad thing that is happening in that part of Cameroon. But at the end of the day, I had so many friends. I was encouraging them to leave Kumba and go to Douala where their talent can be valued. And they were like, oh no, I'm staying in Kumba. And when the crisis came, it got rough. They took off. They went to, and they did not have any money. They called me. I did not have any money, but they went there, stayed. Today, all of them are celebrities. All of them are huge.
Yep. Look, I was shared with, on the same note, I was shared with a friend. He said, man, Baminda, Kumba, the Anglophone will never be the same. Because the system destroy. I say, you are fool.
Yeah.
This something that, these people, nothing can stop them again.
Yeah.
Because they was pushed under pressure. Now they're all blown.
Yeah.
Go look in Bafoussam, Douala, Yaoundé.
Yeah.
It's just like the whole Cameroon now is bilingual now.
Yep.
Because of that.
Yeah.
And bilingual school, everywhere. Yep. So I was telling a guy that give us 10 years.
Yep.
You would think that Yaoundé is Bamenda now.
Yep.
And all that. Why?
Yep.
Because of pressure.
Yep.
Pressure build anything. If you need gold, you need diamond, they go under pressure. So now, if we start applying that onto our life, imagine the type of result we will have.
Okay.
I asked Francis, what's the best way to train? He said, Raph, training is a fight, but you don't win. Because when you train, you get punched. If you can withstand that punch for a longer hour, the day of the fight, the guy's not going to take you down. I was like, oh my gosh. He said, yeah, that's it. It's not about punching another one. No. The winner is the person that can take the most punch. It's not the guy that throws the most punch. I was like, wow. And I wrapped that back into the business. I was like, if I can be more resilient, if I can stand, if I can hold my ground longer, I will win. And that's the same thing that happened.
I remember
back home
when you called me today. That was, I think, one of the things you said. You said to read a consistency, just continue moving. Now someone asked a question. I think I should just play this video to explain. I'll probably answer the question. if you look at that video, for the person who asked the question of, is it possible for someone to invest from the UK without residing in the US? Yes, that's a video of, you know, that guy. That's Kofi Olomide. That's Kofi Olomide. He was here a few weeks ago, came here for dispensation, saw the wonderful project they're doing, and they decided to visit Dallas. And he ended up, unfortunately, I did not get the video, the pictures of the house he bought. But it's all just Google or go on Facebook and just type Kofi Olomide buys a house in Dallas. You have 1,000 videos all over the internet. So yeah, he was here, bought a property, a beautiful property from dispensation, and very very fine property. So imagine somebody who is from Congo, lives in either Congo or France or Belgium. Now you might think, okay, that's Kofi Olomide, he's international. No, it's the same for everyone. I can actually play you another video. Let me first of all. So that's Kofi Olomide. You guys look at all of that. Yeah, he came in from out of the United States and purchased this wonderful property. I think I can play you another video of let me see, just give me 1 second. Oh, 1 second, 1 second, 1 second. I can play you another video of a group of individuals who came here um a few months ago. Yeah, they came here a few months ago. Most of them are from Congo. Yeah, if you look at this video, um if you look at this video, it's mostly people from out of the country. We saw Guy Bertrand there, he lives in Europe. Has a property right here and rental property and all that. Look at all of these guys. Most of them, some of them are from Congo, some of them are from Cameroon, some of them other countries, Gabon and all the like. And these people are actually purchasing property all over the United States. This was actually when all of these guys, they were visiting the site, whether it's land, whether it's houses, whether I don't know. Just contact a dispensation and talk to them. I think they'll answer your question in a far more better way. I just wanted to play these videos so you can have an idea of, this is not just something we are talking about. This is something we have had people already, and it's not just it's been going on since last year. We started, I think, late last
Past
year.
3 years.
About I
We
mean,
asked,
inviting for the people who are coming.
yes,
Yeah, so people have been coming from Africa who have properties here. They go to the
from
embassy
UK too.
from UK
We have a
too.
lot of clients from UK.
Okay, so
Mhm.
I think it's still, you want to say something, coach.
No, that's I
Mm-hmm,
think we have contact for our office.
mm-hmm,
We have a very big team.
mm-hmm,
And for those that are here in the United States, we do every Saturday we have site visit.
mm-hmm,
They can always come.
mm-hmm,
We have site visit on Saturday, so they can reach out to the team, and
mm-hmm,
then they can do a site visit on Saturday during the week too,
mm-hmm,
by appointment. We have a Cyril
mm-hmm,
that is one of the coordinator that take people on the site even
mm-hmm,
on the week. So during the week, during the weekend, if you live in the United States,
mm-hmm.
come out and just see what we are doing. Take a check some of our houses, check some of our property, and then find out the term. I mean, it's so great. It's very very great. I think some of the pastor too should get the retreat place.
Mm-hmm.
Today we are able to to help either secure the land,
Mhm,
and with a very 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 low interest rate, we know the church can do it. Matter of
mhm.
fact, we have a church in Congo that purchased 10,000 acre from us. We have another
Wow.
church that purchased 1,000 acre. Uh, I know that mega churches with
Mm,
over 15, 16 million member.
mhm,
But if you're in Texas also, you looking for retreat place a little bit out, 10, 20 acre, reach out so we can, we can talk. I like to, anytime when the church do something, I mean, I'm excited
mhm.
because I feel like I'm serve a visionary under
Oh,
the vision that God entrusted into your hand.
okay. Someone was asking for the contact, the phone number. Let me see if I can just pin that to the video. Dispensation phone number should be a lot. 469 720 6093 6093. Yeah, I think. Yeah, I think that is the phone number. 4697206093. You can go ahead and contact Dispensation Investment Group. That is not his personal contact information, but then if you reach out to Dispensation, if you had any questions, maybe they can redirect you. Also, the website is eyelidglobal .com. Dispensation, I think the website also is
Yeah,
Dispensation.
dispensationinvestmentgroup.com.
Yeah, so it's just easy nowadays. You just put the name and then you go ahead, and but that's the phone number. Reach out to them. I think we've had a beautiful conversation. We'll try to bring him on here from time to time. If you ask me, I want him here every week, but we can try to do once every quarter, once every 3 months. And then what we will do next is we'll actually reach out to the community and have them send in their questions, whether it's for land, whether it's for uh, community building, and all of that, and just have him answer. Other times we'll bring him here, we'll have him on here with other people. I want to see you sit down with Apostle Mark and then just have conversations. And I think it would be a beautiful idea. But any last words?
Just I thanks all those that took time to spend this time with us, and all the great leader in the DFW.
Mhm.
I'm one of the fan of Tory Day. Sometime when the notification go on, my children will bring the phone to me and say Tory Day is on. Yeah,
Uh,
so I think it's just fun. We iron sharpen iron,
mhm,
and I love the mindset of the community now.
mhm,
We decide to become a givers. We
mhm,
give the knowledge, give the connection,
mhm.
give everything we can give. So it's just a blessing. So I
Wow.
thanks everybody.
Guys, thank you very much for watching. Go ahead and share the video. Share the video with someone who you intend to bless. We are tired of sharing material stuff. Now, this is Christmas. This is end of the year. We don't even focus on Christmas. It's the end of the year, the start of a new year. You want to send a present to someone that can help change their life. Uh, these are the type of things you want to share. We are investing a lot, especially people like him and Pastor Mark. I know so many people wonder, like, okay, to really, how do you do with the bills and this and this and that? And that's because I have people like him and Pastor Mark and Carlos and all of them that understood the vision from day one. And they are there every now and then to make sure it continues to not only survive, but continue to impact people. We want to build a better community. No better way, no other way to do that than share information like this. You want to contact him, go to eyelidglobal.com. Just go there to just check what they are doing. Trust me, it will be a blessing to you. We did not even say anything about Eyelid Global, the beautiful work they're doing in Africa, the beautiful work they're doing even in America. You understand? We talked. Normally today, I just wanted to go through our years, and if I tell you that we've spoken about, we've not even touched 5%. That is how big, that's how huge it is. But how can we continue to impact the community? Share messages like this, share videos like this, tell people about what he's doing, tell people about what Ali Global is doing, tell people about what other people are doing. If you know any person who wants to come on to read it to share, let us know. It's open. We have a seat, we can add another seat. Let's just have conversations that can continue to build us. Until then, this was a beautiful one. Thank you guys, and see you. By the way, tomorrow we are having Gustav, another very, very wonderful person. You want to watch. You want to watch. We are praying 2024 to really might be a 24-hour channel.